All right,
What
quality
is he
pro.
how is he racist? I don't understand.
I'm not talking through a goat, bro. I'm not
Bro,
talking to
I'm
this
just
fucking racist
asking,
ass goat the whole
why
time.
is he racist? What did he do to you that made you feel that he's racist?
Look at his face, bro. Look at this fucking little thing's face. He's
I
looking at me.
I guess
He's
I'm confused. Maybe I'm confused.
he
Maybe
he.
I'm
This is
the
the
bad
type of goat that thinks that George Floyd only died of a fentanyl overdose.
guy.
Okay.
We're gonna have to check all the facts for his kind of goat.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see.
yeah. Let me see the rest of the body cam footage.
All
All right,
right,
there
all
we
right, all
go.
right,
Here
all
we
right, all
go.
right.
Here we go. Here we
Here
go.
we are. Here we
All
are.
right, quality program podcast. I miss you, bro. I feel like I've gotten uglier since the last time I saw you, and you just look better than ever, bro. I don't know
I
what it is.
I appreciate you. I've been getting a lot of sun, so that definitely doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? And
You look good. You look really good. I can tell that that dog probably took some years off your life, but now that he's gone, he looks you're looking fine as hell, bro.
I appreciate you. No homo pause.
Yeah.
No, I mean the dog definitely took some years off my life for sure, as far as I didn't get much sleep. But like I told you, I kind of became sentient during that time.
I know. You were on the quasar edges, and then you eventually just like found yourself in the center of the universe.
Yeah,
It was
it was actually
incredible.
really interesting. So like, I was reading about this ancient practice where if you need to reset your sleep cycle, you basically go on this like hero's journey for 3 days of no sleep. And at the end of it, you'd set a specific time to go to sleep, and your body basically like extracts all of the sleep possible out of that little bit of time that you gave it. And so it makes your body like more efficient at sleeping, if that makes sense. And that's kind of what
Huh.
I was unintentionally doing. I had a fucked up sleep schedule forever, with my old job. And I just feel like I hadn't, like, I get 6 hours, 5 hours, but it never felt refreshed. I just felt like I was like closing my eyes for 5 hours. I never actually felt like I was rested.
Huh.
And so in the last, like, I don't know, maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I've been getting the greatest sleep of my life.
That's really cool. I've been it's really interesting you just told me that. I've never heard of that being a
Really?
thing, but no, I haven't. But it's wild how I've been hearing these things like the harder you stress your body out, the better it'll be for you. Like I keep hearing that if you do like a water fast or something for 3 days, like there's a chance your body will like eat up cancer cells and shit like that, right? Or like if you do like
Yeah.
some fasting and like your body like will just burn fat and shit like that, like by not eating and shit. Or like you're
Right.
telling me, if you basically sleep deprive yourself, it can reset your schedule. So it's really interesting. Like there's a lot of studies that show like if you put your body under stress, it's like good for it, I guess, or whatever.
Certain stress for sure. I mean, so like I mentioned, I'm tired. I'm fucking going through this week, whatever. I'm tired, hungry, balls full, wallet empty, but ready to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And it just became very clear to me about 3.5 days into it that the world as we know it is not necessarily as evil as I've painted it in past podcasts. I had a meeting with a guy, actually, not even a meeting, but like I met a guy, no homo, and him and his
Oh,
wife.
I met up with a friend,
Ah,
no
fuck.
homo.
Ah, fuck. I knew it. No, but I in my journey of trying to find this pup's owners, and I haven't even told you about this yet, have
No,
I?
dude. Well, so it's for our listeners, because we are recording right now, by the way.
Okay.
For our listeners, I think the last time we talked to each other was the last podcast. So
It was the one with the puppy. Yeah, I still have the dog here.
we have quite a lot to catch up on. I know you wanted to give me an update about that dingbat cunt
Yeah,
that,
it comes together with the puppy. I'll update you on
yeah,
her. That sweet old lady.
yeah, no, that bitch ass fucking dingbat.
So, I'm trying to find this pup's home. Forgive me if I'm repeating myself from the last podcast, but I don't remember if I had mentioned that we found the owners and he's abandoned.
Yes,
Um,
yes, I think we may have addressed that last time, I
yeah,
think.
just real briefly, cousin called me. Cousin was the neighbor of the guy who owned the dog. Long story short, it was an accident, or he called me without talking to his cousin first because his cousin was like, "We're abandoning the dog. Why the fuck did you hit that guy up?" kind of thing. And
Okay.
so it was a real awkward interaction when we brought the dog back to the house, and they were like, "We don't even know the dog," and I'm like, "But you just told me you did." And so anyway, it was really weird. And then after we left, they sent this like huge, like paragraph about how, oh my gosh, like I'm so sorry, I think they're lying to you, like basically I'm so like they're getting rid of the dog, I'm sorry I got stuck with you. That's basically what the text said.
Right. So
And
they lie to your face? They lied to your face then.
yeah, they lied to my face. Yeah. I mean, it sucked because we showed up there. A friend and I showed up there, and the dog like immediately recognized the house, was like freaking out, trying to run up the
Fuck.
driveway. And we had
And
taken
you
him.
put this together, if I recall, you put this together on your own, right? Like when you take him for a walk, he just like got all like kind of weird, right? Did you put two and two together that he was from that house or
No, so the cousin called me. I had the dog. I got him. Let's see. Wednesday was when he like when we found each other in the neighborhood or whatever.
yeah.
Sunday is when I got that phone call. So I had posted flyers around the neighborhood. I put my number up there, basically just saying like if anyone knows the dog, contact me. And I hadn't actually gotten anything. And then randomly I woke up to a voicemail that said, I can actually play the voicemail real quick.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
not? Fuck it.
let's play it, dude.
Just for the folks.
So I actually didn't know about this side of it. So,
Oh, really? Okay, my
yeah.
fault.
No, you good. You good. I just miss you, bro. I don't know what it is. I just fucking miss talking to you.
I'll actually go to my neighbor.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Leo, I came across the paper for the found dog, and my cousin I'll actually go to my neighbor. He lives right here on 235 Belham Street.
It's a little choppy. It's a little
If she can
choppy.
give me a call, or we can probably yeah, like, yeah, we can make sure. But I believe that's the dog. Yeah, if you can just give me a call, text me. That way, it's
All right, so this guy with Asperger's gives you a call and
He's not a first English is not his first
oh,
language. I think
I
that's
feel
part of
bad
that.
then. I'm sorry. I didn't
That's
mean that.
okay. You're dating a Mexican, so you're not racist. But
That's right.
yeah, you colonized her or whatever. So, you're definitely not
No, she
racist.
colonized herself.
Wow. Um, but yeah, so anyway, the guy calls me and just leaves that really cryptic voicemail about like, let me check in with my cousin, but I'm pretty sure you have his dog kind of thing, which is just like, okay. So, I mean, how do you not immediately like, oh my God, it's my fucking like, like if you really are a responsible, loving dog owner, how do you not, first of all, immediately notice it's gone, let alone 5 days later? And then second, how do you like
Right, like you should be the one posting
nonchalantly?
posters. They should be the one posting posters. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, fucking on a hunch, I had a friend come over. We were walking the dog around the neighborhood, and she was just like, hey, like on a hunch, we should just go walk it by the house because the address he gave me is literally like a 2-minute walk. It's across.
Oh wow.
So I think we mentioned last time there's like a really nice neighborhood, and then across the street is the barrio. So I think that's part of. I think we did mention this last time because I remember talking about the barrio. But anyway,
Yeah, the
just to
other
catch
side of the
people up.
tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin
So
Luther King Boulevard.
yeah, and which is funny because Jacob called it. He's like, as soon as he saw the dog, he was like abandoned Mexican dog, and it just like nailed it to a fucking board. You know what I mean?
Damn.
But and Jacob's an abandoned Mexican dog, so he probably knows.
I
That's
was
why
gonna say he's one of those too.
he's a bit of an abandoned
He's
boy.
also a
Yeah.
little. I've noticed, dude. I've noticed Jacob's like kind of gaining some weight these days. Is he okay?
He thinks he's shredded, so that's gonna offend him.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
wanted to point out that he looked like he was gaining weight.
You two have like this really real quick, just a segue. You two have this really interesting, weird beef where you guys like unknowingly, like subconsciously compete for my number one spot, even though
Yeah,
neither
that's
of you
right.
guys
No,
have
that's
it.
true. It's not subconsciously. I can tell you that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, no, I can
Yeah.
feel it. Jacob thinks that he's gonna lead me down the life of being like an OnlyFans model, and you think you're gonna lead me down the life of being a comedian, and it's probably gonna end up somewhere in the middle of that, both,
A
to
nice
be honest.
hybrid of that would work out, but
I
Jacob's
feel like
gaining a little bit of weight, and I just want to make sure he's okay.
well, he said the same thing about you, and so I'll make sure to pass your nice words along and let him know that you were thinking about him.
Funny,
But
I've never met this guy in person ever. I just know that he talks a lot of shit, and I don't
one of my
know.
favorites, by the way, like one of my favorite types of people, just the type of person that just like refuses to accept new information, lives by his own code, and talks the most shit about everybody else's lifestyle. Literally one of my favorite people.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things you told me about him that I still laugh about, by the way, is his AC like settings in his car.
Oh God, dude.
What is it
That
again?
fucked me up because I borrowed his Corvette for a weekend. That's the only reason I found out about it. But he had outside air the windshield one, like the defroster, no AC. Outside air windshield defroster, no AC. Like 74 in that bitch or something. Like not even like 68 or whatever. Like fucking just ridiculous.
That's amazing.
And I'm just like, I don't know, like a lot of things about him make me question who he is as a person, but
Oh,
I'd say like that has to be in the top. I've gone through a lot of shit with him. I've seen him, you know, strung out. I've seen him in bad relationships. I've seen all the, fighting with family. I've seen him broke. I've seen him hungry. I've seen him everything. And for whatever reason, finding out the way that he conditions his car was the worst thing to me.
that's unbelievable. Yeah, I wish him well, though. I gotta
I wish
say.
him well too. It's just frustrating. You surround yourself with these losers, you eventually become one. So
Who's a
back to
more frustrating? Who's a more frustrating friend, me or him? I'm still competing, by the way.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
still
and
competing.
no, and that's the thing is you guys are both equally frustrating in different directions.
Okay,
So like sparing a lot of his personal life details for the podcast because I'm not sure if he's 100% comfortable with me
that's
talking
fine.
about it.
Yeah, no, yeah,
But
that's
I know
fine.
you are. But as far as you're comfortable talking about your own shit, so we'll talk about your shit. But
Yeah, yeah,
no,
we can talk about my shit, no problem. I
as
don't
far
even
as
really know Jacob that well, so
as far as
yeah.
Jacob goes, he's finally figuring it out, but he has struggled a lot to figure out who he is, and along the way has made a lot of enemies, some friends. Um, but he was just somebody who was super rough around the edges, and I forget why we started talking about this right now. Just remind me.
I said, who's a more
Oh,
frustrating
more
friend?
frustrating. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so he's frustrating because there are things that you expect of a friend as far as like responsiveness when you're talking to them about something is, and it's like Jacob is the type of guy that ultimately, until recently, ultimately always knew more than you or always knew better or whatever, right? So people like that are hard to talk to. Him and I were always super loyal to each other, like, which is something I don't have a lot of people, even good friends that I've had haven't been as loyal as Jacob has been to me, like just on a
Definitely, yeah.
like
He's a great friend. Yeah,
yeah, like just actions speak louder than words. And if I could fucking get him to not talk at all, it'd be great. But unfortunately, I have to put up with him talking. So you get with the good with the bad. And
right.
but he's one of the most loyal friends I have. I can call him at 3 a.m. Like even if he has something else going on, he'll literally drop it to come help me. And I only have a few people like that, so it's
Right,
awesome.
of course.
But equally so, he'll make really invasive, immediate decisions with almost little to no follow up, or as far as like he doesn't think about it beforehand or whatever, right? And so he just gets caught up in these like he sold his Corvette, right? So like I mean, he probably should have done that, but like didn't have to. And like we mentioned, he was trying to get rid of his dog at one point. Thankfully, I've convinced him to keep her, but just
Good.
he was going through a lot of shit. And when you're going through a lot of shit, you just have to like step back and really learn a lot about yourself. And taking care of Jacob for the last like 5 months kind of prepared me for this dog. So, but before I get back into the dog, you're frustrating in a different way because you're frustrating in a way of like Interstellar.
Interesting.
Now, what I mean by that is I'm Matthew McConaughey at the end of the movie looking through the
Banging
bookshelf.
through the window, banging through
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
bookshelf.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because like I've been you know what I mean? And like you may think that you're different, you may think things are different, you may think you have a genuine separation from all the things that I've lived, but I thought the same thing too. And it turns out that a lot of people went through what we went through or what I went through and what you're going through or
What am I
whatever, right?
going through though? That's my question. Like
Well,
what?
just the general, the general lack of backbone in your lifestyle, the general lack of ability to stand up to anyone, let alone the most important people in your life. We don't have to mention any names, but I feel like people can understand from the hoarding episode what we're talking about
Oh
here.
my God. No, come on. Leave her out of this. Leave her out of this. She's a perfect angel. Don't even.
Yes, yes, of
She is.
course.
I just re-signed. I'll get into this story later. We still got to talk about this dog, but I just re-signed a new. We're going moving into apartment number 2 together
Uh,
pretty soon. I'm very excited. She's great, dude. What are you talking about? I stand up to her all the time.
so anyway, yeah, so it's equally frustrating because I have two friends with massive cognitive dissonance where they just separate themselves from their you know better, but then taking action is a completely different thing, right?
Yeah,
So
would you say no, no I've been told that there's a shelf life to my friendship. Is that true?
as far as like you burn hot and then burn out, or like what do you
No,
mean?
just like we're like friends for a little while, then I expire kind of thing. Is that
What is it that makes you like, what is the
I'm
people that are
realizing
saying
now that
that?
that was a very mean comment that that person said to me that one time.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they were over you.
Yeah,
It sounds
probably.
like you guys were in a beef of some kind and you put a lot less effort into the relationship because
No,
I mean,
they just support Hamas now, and I didn't like that.
well, that's not, you can't, yeah, we're Palestinian people here,
They
but
were they were posting on Instagram from the river to the sea, and I called them out on it. So
right. Well, we're definitely pro Benjamin Netanyahu here. So
I
anyway.
mean, I'm not Netanyahu, but
I
hey,
mean,
hang
come on,
on
you're a
now.
little, yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm
But
not.
yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
I'm
You got a little
literally
bit in
not,
you.
dude. I don't know
You got a
why
little
you're pushing this.
havla, Mickey, havla, Mickey.
I don't know why you're pushing this narrative that I'm like Jewish at all. I'm not Jewish at
Bro,
all.
because the one thing you can call a fat, ugly Irish pasty potato that will piss him off is a dirty, money grubbing Jew.
All right. So anyway, so the cousin calls you, and and where'd you go?
So the cousin
There we
calls
go.
me and leaves me this cryptic message, right? So on a hunch, we decide to go over to the neighborhood. Like my friend and I were walking the
Real
dog
quick,
around
by
the
the way, Brian, I think you're a great friend. I really do. You've never wronged me. You're a great friend. I can never
I
get,
don't
I can
I
never
don't
get
know
sick of
about
you. I appreciate just like how like you're one of my friends that if I call you any time of the day, you're down to be there for me. So I just want to throw that out there that you're a really great friend.
I appreciate that because I feel like it's gonna be like one of those things where it's a compliment sandwich. You give me this now, and then I'm gonna get shit on the next hour and a half. Then you're gonna give me one at the end too. So I'll take what I can get.
For sure, but I just want to throw that out there.
So we have a lot of topics to discuss today. So let me get through this fucking
I
puppy
just
thing.
I'm just bringing that up because I miss
Right.
you, bro. It's
No,
been a minute.
I appreciate you, and we definitely. I mean, we're getting through the puppy thing, but we definitely have a lot of real shit to catch up on. So we got to
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
get through this real quick. But
Yeah.
um, anyway, so we're walking the dog around the neighborhood, and we decide to like just on a hunch walk it by this house. So we're walking through that neighborhood, and the first couple of houses. So this house that we're referencing is like maybe 4 or 5 houses into a street, right? But it's like my street across the street, like literally one lane, and then neighborhood. So we're talking like 30 feet, right? Tops.
Huh.
And so this house is like, from the end of my neighborhood to the beginning of theirs is probably like 30 feet, and the beginning of their neighborhood to their house is like 4 houses in, right? So just picture like it's right there. You can see it. So the dog goes to the first house. He like kind of walks by it, doesn't say anything, doesn't do anything. Second house doesn't do anything. Third house kind of like stops for a second, but keeps going. Fourth house stops, sits, whines, cries, tries to run up the driveway, like knows the house. By the way, I've walked him around my entire neighborhood, like hundreds of houses. He has not made this reaction at all.
Right.
He's
So
kind of
so
stopped
so
and
something
looked.
was fishy with just like him kind of pulling up to this one.
Right. Yeah. He stopped and looked at a couple houses, but this was like, I need this house. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh fuck. So we went and knocked on the door. Of course, no answer. So then I go next door because I'm like, that must be the cousin. Like one of these is the cousin. It's either this side or this side, right? So we end up knocking on a door, and this guy answers, and he looks like he saw a ghost,
Ooh.
and immediately starts like stuttering and saying like, I don't know what before we even say like, is this your dog? He's like, I don't even know what, just like starts saying shit, and we're like,
Wow,
huh.
that's fishy.
Then he has 2 little white dogs, like the other Mexican dog,
Of
basically.
course. Yeah.
But they run out
Crusty
and
ass
start,
white dogs.
yeah, the fucking mops. But
Yeah.
they run
The
out and
the 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 they walk in a room and they go, ah.
they go H. But sorry. But no, the dogs run out and start playing with Scooby, dude. And they're like fucking, they know the dog, right? And I didn't tell you I knew his name, right? Did I?
Right, his name's a Scooby.
Scooby, a Scooby, a Scooby.
A Scooby.
Fucking, but they start playing with Scooby, and I'm just like, holy fuck, like that's weird. And so I kind of help him put his dogs back in the door because he was like worried that they were gonna run or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I don't have a big dog. I'm sorry. Good luck. So we're like, okay, that was extremely strange. So then we keep going down the neighborhood more, and the next 3 houses in a row all identify this dog as that man's dog.
Wow.
Like, no question. I was like, are you sure it's not like one that looks like? They're like, no, this is Scooby.
So he
They're
was
like, we know
lying.
this
He
is
was
like the
lying
dog.
through
We
his
fed
teeth.
him. He's snuck out of their house before. We fed him. We've like had him for the night before. Like, this is the thing. So I'm like, okay. So I go back and knock on the door. The guy doesn't answer. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So I'm just kind of standing outside his house for a few minutes. And I text him. And this is what I texted him. I said, hold on.
How'd you get his number? From the cousin?
He called me. Remember? No, I'm only texting the cousin.
Oh, the cousin, right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm only texting the cousin. So the cousin, basically, when I called him back that morning, he said, good luck. Like, I called my cousin. He said he found his dog. So good luck on your search. Like, telling me, like, fuck off, basically.
Right.
So that's why
right.
when we went back later, it was really weird because he had already told me, like, we found the dog. So then as the guy's closing the door and we're walking away, he goes, yeah, I don't have a big dog. And we're like, okay, why
Okay.
specify? Like, very weird.
You're with Hassan too, right?
No, I'm with my friend Shelby at this time.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, she loves dogs. She's got 2 little fat fucking bulldogs of her own with her husband, and she just we've been friends forever, and she just
Oh, yeah.
stopped by and we were fucking helping with the dog. But so after we had done that confrontation, and I don't know if it's the cousin or the owner, but I talked to one of those people, and I texted at this point I didn't know, and I texted the guy and I said, hey, I know this is weird, but I walked the dog through the street, whatever, South Street, whatever, blah blah. And he seems to be stopping at your cousin's house. We knocked, but the gentleman said he doesn't, because I had the wrong house. Yeah, I thought I had the wrong house. He goes, we knocked, or I said we knocked, but the gentleman said he doesn't own a big dog. Did we get the wrong address? So he says it should be this address, which is the one next door, which means that the one that he gave us was his address, which means we just talked to him. Right. So his neighbor is his cousin. The one that didn't answer is the one who's actually owning the dog. And the reason that his dogs know that dog is because it's his cousin's fucking dog.
Right. Right.
So he said, he corrects the address and he goes, my neighbor said he found, but now he's the neighbor. It's his cousin before. Now it's the neighbor. So it's just very strange, right?
That is strange.
My neighbor said he found his dog already, but honestly, they might just be saying that because they don't want to keep him anymore as they are never home. I think the best option for the puppy would be if you can find a new home for him/her, or you can try another day.
So,
But like
so
I
he's
said,
speaking for his cousin, basically
and he's
saying,
also
yeah,
he's being super aloof, like him, her, like I don't really know the dog, but like good luck, whatever, right? Like he's like, I believe he goes for him or her, or you can try another day. But like I said, I believe they don't want the dog anymore. So I said, wow, that's really unfortunate for the original owners. I'm trying to be nice still. I'm not trying to I'm just trying to help this dog still. So I was like, do you happen to know the dog's name? The caller had no tags. He goes, yeah, I agree. He goes, I believe the dog's name is Scooby or Scrappy, not 100% which one. He responded to Scooby and such as that. So these people live very close to me now. And, I've talked to a bunch of people and they all want to go fucking commit a home invasion. But,
yeah, they want to show up with pitchforks.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just like, this guy has so much karma coming his way, and let me tell you, as somebody who's had karma come both sides, that karma's coming his way, and he
I
will
love the
feel it.
lights went red as soon as you started talking about that.
He will feel it, and I just got to set the mood, and it's just one of those things where life catches up to you eventually. You can't just be this way forever and not have something catch up to you. It's what I believe anyway.
Amen to that.
That's where I stand with that. But so fast forward, a couple days later, I get contacted. I think it was Tuesday. I get contacted by this guy's wife, some guy's wife, that basically says, hey, I had updated the post. I said, hey, I found the owners. They abandoned them. So now it's not a finding the owner thing. It's a finding a new home thing. Anybody know anybody who wants them, right? So the person reached out to me and was like, hey, my husband was in the military. He may want the dog. And I was like, shit, okay. So I talked to them for a couple of days. They came out and met the dog. Turns out the guy's a Marine. He was over in Iraq. He had the exact same type of dog. One day they're out on patrol. The dog's acting weird. It was like a rush day. So they're all like not really paying attention. Long story short, he's about to walk through a doorway. The dog grabs him. He's like, it's fine. It's fine. He starts to walk through the doorway again. The dog rips him back and runs through the doorway and takes an IED.
Wow.
Survives. but loses left eye, left ear, like a lot of the left,
Oh
you
my
know,
God, that's crazy.
but saves this man's life, right? So he goes through this like excruciating process and uses his daughter and like a couple of other things as like justification for why this dog can be released from the military and back into like civilization, like society or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Because they're trying to say it's a military dog, he's trained, he's not going to assimilate well, and he's like, no, it's fine. Ended up keeping the dog until about a year ago. So that dog, unfortunately, they had to put down for cancer, but lived to be about 13, I think he said.
that's good.
10, either 10 or 13. It was one of the numbers, but very long life, which is awesome. And anyway, so he finally comes around to wanting a dog again, comes to meet Scooby. It's a match made in heaven. They fall in love. They have a little baby dog right away. Did I send you the picture?
No.
Oh, I didn't send you here. I'll send it to you so you can put it up real quick. But they came and picked up Scooby. They basically said they had to like deal with some shit or whatever at their house that get the house ready or whatever. So like they were gonna pick up Scooby in a couple of days, then the picking him up like the next day kind of thing. So it wasn't really that
Awesome.
long. But here. Yeah, go ahead and put this up real quick. So anyway, so they have like a little dog that's like a fucking, I don't know, like 2.5 pounds that basically like sits in the wife's fucking desk at work, like in one of the drawers. And I guess Scooby now goes with her to work too. Like they work for a construction company or whatever. So the dogs like work at their house together. Well, so that's Scooby at the bottom. That's Simba. And then
Look at that
Tim,
thing.
Tim and Lisa are the names. But yeah, these are amazing people. They
Yeah,
end up taking
shout
the
out
dog.
them. That's sick.
Yeah, so best case scenario with that.
That's
So
great.
then after Scooby gets rehomed or whatever, I post online, everybody knows, and it's awesome. And so then next thing I know, the old bat comes around, old Bobby, and
My
mind you,
favorite.
she's a sweet woman, right?
No,
But
she's
Andrew
not.
has this beef because she's a hater of San Francisco, rightfully so, by the way.
No, not rightfully so.
And so anyway, so
You can't hate it here if you don't
if
live
you
here.
remember last time, Andrew's beef with her was that she was most likely Jewish because of all the other things she did. The main thing was that she took bottles and cans.
Yeah, she carpet bombed the Gaza Strip is her problem. That's how I know she's Jewish.
I honestly believed that she was just taking those bottles and cans for herself and getting like 30, 40, 50 bucks a month with it, whatever. Like I'd probably drop off, 5 bags full a month. I don't really care. It's an inconvenience for me to go. I'd rather somebody benefit from it. If they're already going anyway, like go ahead. I'm not really thinking of it. I'm like, she has a nice house. Maybe it helps her. Like, I don't know. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Right. I'm just like, whatever. So she stops me after she sees me walking without Scooby, and she's like, what happened to the dog? I'm like, I rehomed it. Perfect. Awesome. And she's like, by the way, I just want to let you know, I don't think I've ever told you. She's like, those bottles and cans you give me, I actually bring to a homeless veteran who's a dog owner and rescuer at the park. Basically, I give him
homeless veteran. That's
dog
a
rescuer.
dog rescuer.
He like takes in dogs temporarily until people can rehome them.
But he's homeless.
He lives in a van, yeah, like an RV.
So she takes the 30 cents that she makes from these bottles and gives it to him.
Well, she basically just drops off the entire bags of cans and bottles to him so he can take it because he.
Oh, so she doesn't actually cash him in.
No.
So she makes him do the work.
Right, and he makes a lot of money to fund his rescue for these sick, fun-loving animals that you're a hater of.
I don't actually believe that that's what's happening.
Well, I do because I drove by and saw the man. She told me where he stays. I drove by, I saw him. I can confirm that he is accumulating bottles and stuff.
Oh, really? Okay, so you saw with your own eyes?
Yes. So
all right. Well, then I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, you're just a piece of shit in this.
Yeah, I guess so.
Which
well,
actually, real quick, reminding everybody of the updates. Last time we talked about the dog too. We talked about I had an OnlyFans rant. And that shit was wild. And
that was great.
I just want to give an update. That girl that I was talking to, remember, she saw the podcast. She was like, how dare you dox me, right? Like, give my opinion when it's not even correct. And so I'm like, what is your correct opinion? And I have her recorded, and I'll threaten to use it if I need to. But she agreed. She agreed that OnlyFans bitches are bottom of the barrel scum suckers, right? And most of them are like pick me bitches. It's like, you know what a pick me bitch
Of
is?
course, I know. Pick
Yeah,
me,
it's like
bitch.
the guy that's like, I hate periods on his shirt. Like, oh, I would take a period for a woman. I can't believe they have to suffer with this. Like, I would never, just okay. But I mean, these are the types of people, right? These fucking OnlyFans bitches. They're pick me's, they're scum sucking, I hate period type of men, fucking no fucking testosterone ass. It's crazy. And so
But
the
let me
fact
ask
that
you this:
she was so
you've never signed up for an
never
OnlyFans? Never.
unknowingly, I was viewing the precursor of my ex's OnlyFans when she was sending them to me, testing them out, and then she dumped me to make the OnlyFans. But I didn't pay for it. No, I got that shit for free.
You got that off skill and charm.
Mhm.
You got a unknowingly free OnlyFans
Off
subscription.
mediocre
So
penis.
that chick saw that rant that 35-minute rant you went on about OnlyFans girls.
Right. And although she was like basically offended that I misrepresented her opinion, she really wanted it to be known that she has a different opinion. And so
I see.
she was like, I agree with you. I do think they're terrible people. I was just like, she was just caught up in the woke moment, and she's like, you called me out, basically.
Okay,
So
yeah.
like,
So she was a part of the woke mind virus for a little
right, and
while.
it's not even intentional. It's just like, okay, so I'm gonna bring this back to you eventually, so like pay attention here. But what people will do is unknowingly bias themselves based on the people in their lives. Now
Huh.
what I mean by that is this woman is a white as they come, KKK looking, fucking West Virginia type family, right? Or Arizona or something. And uh, I'm not saying she's racist. She's not. But what I am saying is that she didn't necessarily grow up in a melting pot. So there's not
Uh,
a whole lot of there wasn't until she was an adult, that wasn't a whole lot of empathy towards people that weren't her, right?
so
Which is me too.
she's from the land of unseasoned chicken, is what you're
Yes,
telling me.
right,
Yeah.
right. She grew up just like me on ravioli and fucking top ramen and just kind of, climbing
Crawling
over
over
glass,
beer bottles.
broken glass, like cutting your kneecaps so you couldn't even go to soccer without explaining to people that there's like glass in your knee from
The
your
only
broken
thing that you could
alcoholic
muster
father.
up to do is go to the microwave and press 2
I
on
could
it.
barely do that. I had to like sneak through the living room. One time I climbed down the chimney just to get around him. It was bad. I got fucking the black lung for a few weeks. So
You look, yeah, right, yeah.
um but anyway, so I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of empathy for the other side. Now she got caught up in this whole, like, she got a lot of Hispanic friends. She's got a lot of like sex working friends, right?
Uh,
Like things like that. And so because she sees through and sees the person, she's like, I can respect and defend their choices. And it's like, no. Just because you can see through and see the person is actually the opposite. You should hate them for their choices because you know that they're a conscious mind up there and they're still actively making these decisions. But
that's right.
that's my terrible take.
Sure,
But
I understand.
anyway, so you and other people have this tendency to, when they're around new people, they form new opinions. You see what I'm saying? And you're not that you're wishy-washy, just that you're more open
Are
to
you saying that
opinions.
I'm easily molded? Is that what
Oh, I'm
you're?
just saying we never talked about immigration until you were dating a Mexican girl. So that's all I'm saying. You fucking
We
literally
never
have
had a
never.
reason to talk about
Oh
immigration,
yes, we
Brian.
did. Oh yes, we did. I grew up in Southern California, and you grew up in the Dominican Republic, and so
That's right.
literally, yeah, and so literally, we had plenty of reason to talk about immigration policy.
Well, what I find interesting is that you have a fucking yeah, you want to talk about immigration policy so bad, but you have a fucking Mexican flag right behind you.
It's actually Italian. It's the
It's not. Look at the
representation.
colors.
They
It's a
stole it
Mexican
from
flag.
us. Italy's been a country longer. Are you retarded or just pretending to be?
Italy's been a country longer than Mexico.
Go ahead, look it up. You think I'm stupid?
All right, let's do it.
You must be stupid. This is great. This will teach the listeners the baseline for Andrew, because this is what I deal with on a daily
Okay,
basis.
so Italy has been a country for 164 years.
What? No, the Vatican and shit has been around forever.
That's the Vatican. That's not Italy.
Rome was Italy, though.
Italy has been a country since has been a country since 1861. The formation of a modern Italian state began in 1861. Okay. How long has Mexico been a country? 214 years, Mexico. So a little bit of a difference there, I think.
Uh, Rome was founded in 753 BC. Thank you very much. The history of Italy. You literally type in when was Italy founded, and it says Rome was founded in 753 BC. So again, retarded as fuck. They made a regional change and unification in 1871, but the fall of Rome happened in AD 476.
Okay, and you're not accounting for in Mexico the Mayans and the Aztecs. You're not even counting them at all.
3 millennia. 19th century. Yeah. So again, wrong as fuck. So basically, Italy is the old world. That's the thing. It's like you're talking about Mayans that are several thousand years old when you're talking about like or several hundred years old rather, when you're not talking about fucking Italy, the Middle East, all of the Mediterranean that was part of the Bible. Like literally, we're talking like oldest. Well, I mean, there's shit older than that, but I'm saying
Name
like
name a
known
northern Italian
stories.
city.
Naples.
Is Naples north?
I'm pretty sure.
Let's see.
Florence. What else? The Amalfi Coast is south. I know that.
All those times you've been there.
Bro, what? Why are you a
No,
hater?
no, I'm not.
Milan?
Milan was what I was thinking of. That's where fucking Ash is from. We gotta do an episode on him, dude.
Milan?
We gotta
Dude,
do it.
Ash is funny. The fact that he tried to convince so many people that he wasn't tech support, that he was fucking Italian is crazy to me.
Insane. Yeah. Um. So, bro, I got some updates
Wait. We haven't even finished this conversation real quick.
about the dog.
No, that about the what were we just talking about just
I was
now?
saying about how like you were saying that we haven't talked about uh immigration until I
Oh
started
yeah. So long
dating
story
someone of
short,
Mexican descent.
right.
However,
So long story
you
short,
have a Mexican
people just
flag
have
right behind you.
people just have this cognitive dissonance where like they will believe like they'll have a belief against something and then they'll change their opinion because of somebody else, not because of their own. Like they didn't want to change for themselves, they changed because somebody else in their life made them or told them or they're afraid of that confrontation or whatever. It's like a thing. I know because I was there. That's what I'm telling you. And so this bitch, this chick, this bitch, whatever,
She might
is
watch this.
I respect her. I say bitch as like a pimp. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a
But
great.
like,
It's a great term. Yeah.
yeah. It's like a fun loving, like good time girl. Like if I use the C word, it's a different thing. But anyway, yeah, she's a good girl. She has good opinions. Basically, OnlyFans bitches suck. They're ruining the modern man. And if I could go on a little rant about this real quick. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Dude, yeah,
What's
I
new
mean,
in the life of Andrew, bro?
there's
We've
really
been
people
through
that
so much.
there's really people that are like draining their bank accounts off of just like shit that you could get online for free. Yeah, it's
It's the
nuts.
connection. It's what we talked about last time.
But they're bots, the OnlyFans. It's not like they're talking to them.
I think in the same way that like your parents can refute that they're poisoning their children through the food supply, like by not thinking about it. Like, oh, I know that Oreos and Cheez-Its and all that contain like harmful cancer causing chemicals, but it's the only thing my kid will eat, like fucking
That's fucked
right.
up.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing. It's the same
Yeah,
concept.
yeah, that's a good point.
So
Um, so I think did we talk before my birthday or after my birthday?
we talked before your birthday and then you got weird on me and then we haven't talked since.
Right, I remember that.
And
So
a lot of shit happened to you. It sounded like you had a moving thing going
yeah,
on.
so I hate
You had a thing with your birthday week too that you were
so
not
a few
having
years
fun with.
ago, a few years ago, when my girlfriend and I moved in with each other, It was an incredible month, March of 2023 or 2022, maybe 2023. March of 2023 was like one of the best months ever for me because I was moving out of the hood with living with a bunch of like dude roommates,
Yeah.
and I was gonna move. I usually get really like weird and sentimental around moving because it's like I don't know you. I don't know. I'm like that. I'm
Well,
kind of.
you did change sides yesterday on me. You did come over to the dark side,
I
and
did.
you were in your feels
I
yesterday.
was in my feels
You were
yesterday. Yeah.
playing
No,
my
that's
favorite
true. I
artist.
was. I was definitely in my feels yesterday, but I usually get really like sentimental about moving, but I remember March of 2023 was the first time that I was so happy to be moving because I was moving out of the boys' house. I was moving in with my girlfriend. We got an insane deal on like a high-rise apartment, 15th floor, overlooking the west side. Like,
Is
fuck
that
yeah.
that's this one, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm in right now as we
Mhm,
speak.
mhm.
And they like gave us a 6 week concession, which is awesome. So like it was like the rent was like low. I was paying the exact same price that I was paying at the boys' house, but like downtown near Hayes Valley, shit's fucking great. Like life is good. And the same week that I moved into this place, I fucking left Apple and got a job at Nike. So it was like an insane month, March of 2023. Left a
Right.
job that I was at 6 years, left a living situation I was at for nearly 10, and or eight or whatever, and moving into like the nicest place with a brand new job. Fuck yeah. It was a great. Every single year since I'm lagging. Whoops. Can
You're
you hear me?
okay.
Can you
Yeah, I
see me?
still hear you. Yeah, yeah.
Every single year since um that month has sucked because it'll be like my birthday, which I already get weird on, and then usually either the day before, on the day, or the day after, they hit us with a notice saying that our rent's going up. So the last time, last
It was the
year,
day after your birthday, you said?
literally the day after, and it's been like this the last couple of years that we've re-signed. So the last time this happened, I saw that they raised our rent like pretty good, maybe like 300, $400, right?
Mhm.
And it was really expensive. But I went downstairs into the leasing office and I told the guy, I was like, "Hey man, I don't know what's going on here. Like I this is so expensive. Like can you do any adjustment at all?" And like that, like with no hesitation at all, the guy said, "Yeah, I'll give you guys another 6 week concession." So our rent actually went down. So now I'm paying even lower, and I was fucking hyped, right? So it was great. Cool, we're gonna stay here. And then that same guy told me, yeah, like next year, for example, where the raises come from corporate, but then you come down here and we adjust it, like no problem. And we're like, fuck yeah, this is gonna be like our home for forever. Like not really, but this is gonna be like it's a really good situation, really good building, we're good tenants, so on and so forth. Within that year of re-signing our lease, and now I had a bike stolen. I had my Vespa get fucking destroyed by another car in the garage that they were gonna help me with or pay for.
Wait, wait. You had a Vespa?
I have a Vespa. It fucking rules, by the way. This Vespa's fucking sick, dude.
Look, bro.
Don't even come for me
I
on the
don't
Vespa,
mean
dude. I'm the
to
fucking don't even come for me on the Vespa. You have a literal Italian flag behind you, and you're gonna talk shit about a Vespa? That's the
I
pride
don't
of Italy right there.
I don't mean to bring this up on the podcast because I know it's a bit of a sensitive subject, but um I've heard that the polyester and the leather combination plus how hard the seat is, on top of the fact that you look like a complete faggot while you're driving it, lowers the hell out of your testosterone, brother.
That's not
I'm
true.
thinking,
First of all, it's not a hard seat. Okay. Second of all, that
you
shit
got the
rips.
dildo, you got the dildo seat.
Third of all, try parking in the city on with anything else. It's
By
the
the way,
best.
I lived there for 2 years. Like I know
Not
this
not enough.
hellscape that you're
No,
talking
not
about.
enough. And you lived on if I remember,
The city.
You lived
I
in
lived on
you
4th
lived in the
Street.
Richmond.
Yeah. No, 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 no. I was not in the Richmond. I was in the Presidio.
It's a nice area.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So
Expensive.
anyway, so I'm just basically a bunch of property damage. So my birthday happens. Long story short, my birthday happens and we get a notice. They raised the rent on the raised rent price from last year with no concessions. So right now we pay $3,000 to live here a month.
Mhm.
They raised it to 37.58.
Wait, how much you
700
pay right now?
3,000.
3 grand for a 1 bedroom?
Yeah.
Sounds like me. Okay, go on. And then now you're doing 4,
So that
basically.
then they tried raising it to 37
And how did they justify the extra $800?
because they said not eligible for concessions and they raised it on the raised price from last year.
Oh, so basically they couldn't commute your fucking sentence or
So they
whatever.
double
So
fucked
you were
us
the double.
essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we're stressed. We don't want to move out of here because it's nice, but holy shit, I'm not paying nearly 4 grand for rent.
I mean, that's I don't know how much you guys are making, but for most people, that's probably like at least a whole check, maybe more.
Yeah, it would not be great.
Right.
It would not be great. It's damn near it would damn near be that for us.
Sure, sure, sure.
Um it's insane. So uh so yesterday or rather the last few days was touring a lot of different apartment buildings and places to live and it sucks. They're awful. They're gross. They're
Yeah,
terrible. And
sure,
like
sure,
I'm trying to lower my expectations because nothing's gonna like beat 15th floor like whatever shit,
sure, sure.
but it's bullshit. Like some I saw cockroaches, some I saw mice, some I saw just like the most disgusting living situations. I don't even know how people can fucking
Did
do that, and they're trying to charge you like 3 grand for it. It's
did I tell
nuts.
you about the time, not to cut you off, but did I tell you about the time that Liz and I went out and we like got toured of this place or whatever, and it was like we knew right away, we were like, oh no, we're not gonna go here. So but we like friendly, like we were like nice about it. We let him explore the whole apartment.
Yeah.
On the way out, at the front door, a homeless guy forced his way in and just like stared at me and stared at the guy. And the guy's like, "Why didn't you stop him?" I was like, "What am I gonna do?" I was
What
like,
the
"I don't know.
fuck?
It's not even my building." And he just like
Oh
rolled his
my
eyes
God.
and like huffed. And I was like, "All right, well later." And so there's just a homeless guy in that lobby. Fucking the
Uh,
realtor had to deal with it.
dude,
But it's just
you've had a very wild experience out here. I swear, because I
yeah.
remember you lived in that place with like no windows either.
Yeah, that
Like,
was my first one. Yeah. It had
yeah.
windows, but they were immediately to a wall. So like literally you just saw a brick wall.
I remember that. That was depressing. I remember that was driving you nuts.
Moldy, yeah, the whole thing.
I liked the last place you were in though. That place was pretty
The
nice.
Presidio, that was the best place we
That
had
was
out there.
nice. Yeah, I
It was
remember that.
like we had such a drastic, like, like a drastically terrible experience at the first place that we were like, we don't care how much we don't have to spend on other shit. We
Yeah.
want to live in a nice area.
That's exactly how I felt, dude. I've lived here nearly 10 years and I've moved 6 or 7 times and they've all been shit. And looking for these so going back, like looking
By
for
the
a
way,
place
the worst place you ever lived was that second place with what's his name? Devin.
that place, the Avalon?
I felt like that was awful.
What are you talking about? I love that place. That place was
Oh
nice.
no, that was right next to a bus stop, and it was fucking ghetto, and it was right in the bad part, like right where it started to turn into like the not
Yeah,
so
that's
sketchy.
true. Except the area was ghetto, but the apartment building and you ever
Yeah,
watch
we were
South?
connected to Whole
Yeah,
Foods,
you
so
know
I guess
South
that was
Park,
cool.
the Soto Sopa episode.
No, I don't watch it.
So like, there's this thing called Soto Sopa where it's like it's basically a 15-minute city idea where
Okay.
it's like everything you could want is just in like your apartment building. Tim Dillon talks about this too, you know.
By the way,
Uh,
Cotino's open, but go on.
yeah, well, okay, so this
Speaking of
place,
15-minute cities,
I like that place actually. That place was pretty. That place kind of I like that place a lot. That was like
fair
my
enough.
second favorite place I lived, but for places, not location. Location was ass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
But
that's
I
what I
remember
meant. I meant location.
your apartment, the Presidio one was really nice. I did like it there. Lake Street, if I remember.
No, it was fourth and Lake.
Fourth and Lake, yeah, Lake.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Place was
It
nice.
was right across from that what is that, like nursery, like nursing school thing that they have up there?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
I was one street over from Billionaires Row where Pelosi and all them live.
That's right. I remember. Yeah, you were
Because
right.
we would
Yeah,
walk by there and pretend that we live there. Yeah, we'd be like, oh yeah, what is that fucking
fire.
neighborhood?
Yeah. So anyway, so let me just tell you the what's out there right now these days, ass,
Okay,
ass.
sure.
The photos look great on these places, ass.
Right.
Right. So yesterday we're like, fuck it, let's just go to let's just see what's like. She found a building that she's always had her eye on,
Okay.
and she kind of got like she was like, I need to see this. Oh my God. I was like, like it's not as nice, whatever.
What was it not? Why was it not nice to you? Like, paint the picture here.
It's building from the 20s, like
Aren't they
lead.
all?
There's like asbestos probably in the
Aren't they
roof.
all? I'm sorry. Aren't they all?
Well, that's what I think they all are. That's why I live here. You know what I mean?
No, well,
So
oh, this one just got recently built.
he, this one I live in was built in 2017. So it's
Oh
like
wow, yeah, brand new.
brand new. Yeah.
Yeah, well, probably right before the pandemic, right before quality went to hell. So
Literally, yeah. They were trying
perfect
to,
timing.
yeah, exactly. And it's just nice, dude. I mean, if I'm depressed, I literally just look out my window. It's fucking great. But
Hey, even though it's a depressing hellscape out there, you're above all those people, and that's what really matters.
100%. And by the way, the other day I saw an encampment outside from my window, and a lot of the cops came in to put them in the big pot. So
Oh
it's
shit.
yeah.
Which actually, real quick, this is a
Daniel
good
Laurie,
caveat.
bro, is fucking cooking these
Before
days.
before you finish your moving story, this is actually a great caveat to my Asian homeless thing that I have, the fucking theory.
Oh yeah, let's talk
So
about it.
I just want to ask the folks, has anyone ever seen a homeless Asian? Have you? I mean, you've seen a lot. How many have you seen? How many homeless people have you seen? Thousands.
Thousands,
Thousands, easily.
easily.
Same. Between here and up there, same. How many times you seen an Asian one? Not even trying to be racist. Not being racist here, folks.
Brian,
Just calling it out.
let me counterpoint this. Like it's to support you. It's not counterpoint. That it wouldn't be a counterpoint. Retarded. I'm stupid. I'm sorry.
Okay, backpack
Uh,
or piggyback or whatever, like
piggyback on
Apple used to
this.
say.
Let me piggyback on this. Let me parking lot this. Uh, the they own all of the homes.
What do you mean? Oh, they own the
They
home?
own all of the
Oh, yeah,
homes
up here. Up there. Sorry, up
up
there.
here. They own
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
But not even just up here, Brian. They own them in every single city
Wait,
in
I
the
thought we were
world.
talking. Are we talking about these people, or are we talking about?
We're
Are we talking
talking
about?
about the Chinese.
Okay. Wait,
And they
Chinese specifically, not
so
Japanese, not
there is
Korean.
Chinese specifically.
Like the Chinese Communist Party of Taiwan.
Yeah, which I don't recognize also.
Well, neither do I. Neither
They're a
do I.
part
Of
of China
course.
in my eyes.
Yes, of course.
Uh
Yes, I do not
but
recognize the
but
sovereign land of Taiwan.
right, they're not sovereign. They're part of China. So but that's the thing is they own all of the homes.
Okay, so there's
They
no way
do.
to be homeless.
There's no way for them to be
Doesn't
homeless. It's
doesn't Pascal
impossible.
still live at home? By the way, like
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, good for him,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
That
he's like it is
motherfucker,
yeah. Hey,
500 years old.
500 years. Hey, you're not far behind, bro. Come on now.
Hey, take it easy. I moved out and moved back. Okay, it's a
That's
different
that's a
story.
good point. That's a
Yeah,
good
it's
point.
worse. Thank you.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I think that's much more reputable than staying home your entire life.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, and I'm on my
Also,
way.
moving out of home is overrated, dude.
Yeah, I'm
It's
on my way
overrated.
to an apartment soon. I gotta have a place where I can just, get away from being a kid. You know what I mean? It's fun to do
You
fun to
know
do
what,
stuff,
dude?
but
Honestly, like I
right
think
right
of
now
this
it's
sometimes. Like you were born and raised here, right? My entire adult life is trying to stay here and not go broke to move away. So if I had a place if I had like a family member, like a place to stay here, like just like if I grew up here and I was blessed to be one of God's chosen children to live here, I'd
I
probably
don't know
stay
about
home
all
too, to
that.
be honest with you. Honestly,
I appreciate you. I'm like, I don't know about all that, but I
trying to make
appreciate
you
you.
I'm trying to make you feel better about your sitch, you know?
Well, yeah, no, and I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, I'm at a place now where I feel like, not that I feel like I've overstayed my welcome, but in my head I'm like, I think I have, you know what I mean?
I feel that. I
I
feel
feel
that.
like I need to, like, just but the problem is that it's easy right now because my grandparents are older, and that's an excuse, of course, but like they really just like on a whim sometimes need help with something. Like just they fucking they get spam and they get hacked or whatever, and they can't use their phone because there's an ad and they don't know how to get out of it.
Right.
Or like fucking my grandpa's trying to put a washing machine on a dolly at like 87 years old, and he's like fucking he literally has a pacemaker. He can't even walk straight, and he's trying to like still work like he's like a young kid. Yeah, just little shit. My grandma fucking can't walk without a walk. Just the shit they run into, right? It's
Yeah.
just it makes sense to be around right now, but I can still be close and not live at home. So it's kind of an excuse, you know, it's like a built-in like
Yeah, but let me tell you, man, going back to my story, like
yeah.
let me tell you that
By the way, Asians,
oh yeah, yeah, sorry.
the
We need
Chinese people definitely are this is a psyop. They are definitely
yeah.
like progressing the homelessness problem here, and you know this because there's never any homeless Asians, there's always homeless other races.
That's just an incredible point.
It's just an observation, it's just something I noticed along the way, you know what I mean, while
Yeah.
I'm here.
No, absolutely.
But continue.
I'm gonna
So
keep an eye out for one now. I might just
if
hit
you
the
find one, take a picture of
I
one.
might
If
just
it's
hit
like
yeah, it's a
in the
unicorn.
yeah,
I might just hit the streets later going out looking for one,
I
honestly.
might drive through Skid Row later, honestly, trying to find. I'm kind of down to just go like peruse these homeless encampments until I find. Yeah. Lean out the window with like a record, just like big old fucking video, like the cinematography.
It's like, are you doing a documentary? No, I'm just looking for an Asian homeless
Holy
person.
shit. They're
Yeah.
they fucking motherfucking looking around like I couldn't tell you where one
They're
is
like
in.
leprechauns, dude.
Straight up, dude. I bet even in Asia you don't have homeless Asian people.
You know what's insane is I used to think that this one Asian guy on when I lived on Clement Street by where you were,
Right.
uh uh when I used to live
That was
there.
sick, by the way, when we lived close together, like close.
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we met up for that like breakfast or whatever there at that coffee spot. I'd fucking take you to work.
Yeah, that place, yeah, it ruled actually. Yeah, that was sick. That was a good time actually. I forgot. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fun. There used to be this guy, or not used to be. He's still very much there. I saw him the other day when I went to visit one of my friends out there. Uh, he this Asian guy, like you know how like they all look kind of like Confucius, you know? They're all like a little bit older, like hundreds of years old on these guys because they don't die, right?
Yeah.
Because they need to see their empire like
By the way,
manifest.
did you see that the fucking there's a Chinese family that did the social security thing with their grandpa? Like they said he was 111 and the authorities went to check. They were collecting social security.
Oh
Authorities
my
went to check.
God.
He was mummified and dead for 30 years.
That's insane.
Yeah, anyway, go on, sorry.
Holy shit. So, uh, there's this like Asian guy, like old as hell, and he played one of those shitty instruments that they have, like the harp that is detuned as shit. Oh, it sounds horrible,
Sure.
right? So he does this thing every single day, bro. It doesn't matter. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Okay. December. This motherfucker is playing Jingle Bells nonstop on this thing. And it sounds like it's like August and he's playing Jingle Bells, right? And I'm like, and he has a pail out for to give money. So I thought he was homeless. And it was like the guy that plays Jingle Bells 24/7 on the corner on Clement Street on 8th and Clement, right?
Yeah.
One day I see him pack it up. I see him pack it up with like maybe like a few coins in his pail and his shitty instrument after playing Jingle Bells for like 4.5 hours, that is he does every single day. And I literally saw him go to the nicest house on the block. Literally. He goes into the nicest fucking crib I've seen in that neighborhood.
For real?
Yes. Yes. I thought he was homeless. He's not. He's just playing Jingle Bells for the sport, dude. Uh,
That's insane, actually.
I swear to God, anyone that's listening to this that lives in San Francisco, go to 8th and Clement. You'll see a guy playing Jingle Bells every single fucking day. In every month. Every month. It'll be August, it'll be July, and he'll be playing Jingle Bells, the Christmas spirit song. And he lives in the nicest house on Clement Street, the nicest one.
What the
Gorgeous, modern too, like glass, like windows, just like beautiful, beautiful spot. It's fucking insane. And I guarantee he owns it. Guarantee. So
Wow.
the listings are shit. Okay.
Wait, so real quick before we go too far, there was a guy I was just thinking about. You just reminded me, like there was a guy on Fourth and Lake every day that would play like he had an acoustic guitar, whatever the fucking the wood ones, and he would play the guitar like Guitar Hero, and literally like if he fucked up a note, he would like rage like the end of a Guitar Hero, like he was like stuck in Guitar Hero. He would be like, it would be like perfect, like do, like just perfect strumming,
And you would rage out
do,
loud.
and then he would literally like ding, like you would hear it like Guitar Hero, ding, like fuck it, like a really hard like fuck up, and
Yeah.
he just be like, he would like fuck, like just start like fucking tweaking, dude, just like no, and in front of children, dogs, like the whole thing, no, like no one, you know how the thing up there is to like not acknowledge it, right? It
Of
was so funny
course.
because no one would acknowledge it. They would just like let him, like he would literally just be in his own little like
So
failing
he was
Guitar
just
Hero world.
dedicated to the shred the whole
Yeah,
time.
dedicated to the
He just
shred.
wanted to shred so bad that when he fucked up on that, when he was one, it was a little bit off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, it was
I
amazing.
relate
So
to
I
that
can,
too. If I'm practicing guitar and I do like a run and I fuck it up, I'm like, damn, that sucks. You
but
know what I
that's his
mean?
whole life, and
That's the whole
honestly, like
life.
more power to him because I wish I had his problems. It seems like he doesn't have very many.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
So the listings are shit. So literally
Right.
yesterday we go to this apparently dream apartment building my girlfriend had in mind, and she's always wanted to see this place. Uh,
Wait,
and s-
like this is the first time she's mentioning the fucking building ever to you, and all
but
of a
she's
sudden it's
always
like
wanted to see it.
she has it
Yeah,
like tattooed on her wrist or
I know.
something.
I've always wanted to see this building. I've always pined after this building. Okay, we talk about houses all the time and real estate, and you've never mentioned this building once. That's a different. That's a
That's a
different.
little gay.
It's a great thing to talk about, dude. It's so fun. You know how much shit goes for these days? It's insane.
Listen, bro. There's only one guy I know that talks about real estate a bunch, and he is gay.
Oh, Tim Dillon talks about real estate. Yeah, that's right. That's right. He does.
There you go. Land the plane.
Damn. So maybe it is gay then. But
I
we get
mean,
to we
you
get to
have a
this
girlfriend. You
building.
have a good cover.
We get to this building, and it's quite charming, quite beautiful, and I liked it right away. Actually, it was very nice, and so
Where is this located?
West Portal.
Oh, okay. So kind of over back where that Avalon was, huh?
Yeah, but
Like a
like
little north of
literally on
Avalon.
West Portal Avenue.
Okay. Okay. Is it a
And
house? No.
it's a bigger apartment than this one. It's in a nicer area. Not a lot of riffraff out there.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so we literally viewed it, applied, and put the deposit down yesterday. So we're moving in there May 1st.
Nice.
So
Congratulations.
yeah, thanks. It
That's
was like
awesome.
it was like a 2 week grind for us to just do this all in one day yesterday.
Right.
So
Yeah, you had been gone that entire 2 weeks. I can attest to that.
yeah, it was like just figuring out what we were gonna do, back and forth with the landlord, back and forth with looking at listings. Like I went to 5 in one day, like the other day.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just shit out there, dude. It's just
So
fucking
is
shit. So
this
yeah,
is
so
this new
moral of
place
the story is stay
cheaper or
home. Stay home. Because
right? No,
it's
I
just
feel that.
easier. You know what I mean?
Is it cheaper out there where you're going, or is it about
Oh,
the
that's the
same?
thing.
Or
Sorry, that's the whole thing. I'm gonna be saving $850 a month
oh,
on
so you're
rent.
only doing the 29 then?
What?
It's only 2,900.
No, it's 23.
Oh wow. Oh, so you're saving 800 on top of what you were already paying, not
Yeah.
the 800 on top of the. Okay,
Yeah. So it's
nice.
$23 and $2,300, and it's rent controlled also.
Oh
So
fuck yeah.
the most they can bump it is like 1% at the end of the year. It's a 1 year lease, and then we're month to month after that.
Nice. Oh yeah.
So yeah, so everything worked out, which is great, and I'm just excited to save some money finally, and I'll
Fuck
miss
yeah.
this place for sure. Which gets me to being like a bit sappy last night. Uh, yeah, I was in my Drake feels, you know.
Yeah, yeah. You hit rock bottom during this whole like thing. You did your drink, the Tim Dillon drink. The
Yeah, I've been
yeah.
drinking a
Talk
lot.
talk to me about this. So
I
yeah,
don't
what's
want
going
to,
on
otherwise
now?
I'm gonna throw up.
No,
I
I
can
mean,
still taste it.
yeah. Talk to me about it, dude. You hit rock bottom for real, for real.
I
What
think I'm
happened?
gonna throw up if I start talking about it.
Well, it'll be a good break. I can rant until you come back.
It's gross. I don't want to talk about it. I can still
Can
taste
I,
it.
I could talk people through. I've been told I can talk people through a few things, and I'm curious if I could talk you through throwing up real quick.
I don't want to throw up,
I
Brian.
don't want you to, but I'm just curious if I have the ability. That's all.
No, you probably do, Brian. You just said earlier that I'm easily molded and manipulated.
Oh, I
So
could definitely get you to join a cult.
absolutely, and I would
Yeah,
join you. I would be the founding member with you. Like
100%. No,
I
no
would,
question
I
on
would, no,
that.
sorry, not even founding. I would be I would be the most devout follower of your cult, Brian. So
Right. Okay. Well.
don't make me fucking throw up. Otherwise, I'm
Okay.
gonna end
All
this
right. All right.
fucking
Well,
podcast right
getting
now.
off the alcohol subject, you also hit rock bottom in another way because you threatened to kill yourself in front of your old landlords. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes. So
And in a
I,
very violent, vicious, like illustrative way too. Like
yes,
you
I
were talking
wanted
about like
to,
calling like the local news down. You were talking about like making it a thing, like getting all of the lease people up in the
Brian.
office, like
I've
in the
been
front
back and
area.
forth with them for 2 weeks now,
Right. You're
and
talking about just
and it was
really
getting
eating a bullet,
it was getting to the point where I was going to kill
like a
myself in front of
Japanese
them.
murder, maybe like with the fucking
I
sword.
was going to kill myself in front of them to change the trajectory of their life.
Yeah,
That's literally
right,
what I was
right.
going to do.
Change the course of history forever for like 5 people.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
insane. By the
I
way,
got in a fight with the gay guy in my leasing office yesterday.
naturally.
Um, he uh, he told me 2 days ago. Let me actually show you this. This is actually a good topic to bring up on the pod. So I wrote a very threatening email to them on over the weekend saying
Let the folks know at home that are keeping track. This is now Andrew's second threatening email that
I
he's
have I
discussed
have
on the
another one
podcast.
coming up before we leave. Okay.
Okay.
So check this out. So I'm not going down. I'm not going out quietly, bro. All right. So so I wrote a very threatening email to
Uh,
them saying I'm gonna come down on Monday and we're gonna discuss this, right? And like motherfucker, like this is what's going on. This is what it is. Like you need to adjust my rent, otherwise I'm gonna fucking freak out and kill myself. And and so I go down there to speak with them, bro. And I see this will return time. Oh, sorry. Let me turn off the blur.
yeah, I was like, it's all blurry.
So I see this will return time thing, right? So I
They knew
that
you were coming.
wait,
They
wait, wait,
fucking
Brian, it gets worse. It gets worse. So this is at 1:32, okay? When I took
Uh-huh.
this photo.
Uh-huh.
And
By the way, are those all selfies or was that your girlfriend or what the fuck was that?
it was my girlfriend, yeah.
Oh, I thought you just had a bunch of pictures of yourself on there.
Imagine.
I was just a
Imagine.
weirdo.
So I see this right on the door. I've never seen this on the door before, by the way. Okay. So I go
By the
down.
way, it looks like they stole that from the bodega. Like
Right,
that
it
shit's
gets
not
worse.
even
Okay.
real.
I go down, and I fucking see this, and
Immediately
so
pull your phone out.
I come down 5 minutes after this time. So I give them time to switch it.
Wait,
Yes.
they
Wait a second.
moved the time.
Wait a second. Wait a second. So then I see they move the time. That was at 1:32. This is at 2:33. So this tells me to come back at 3. I come back down again at 3:05. They switched it again. Wait, wait. I come down 5 minutes after this. 5 minutes after this time. 4. They kept adjusting the time. They kept adjusting the time. I went down there multiple times. They kept adjusting the time because they thought I was gonna fucking Unabomber the office. You know what I mean?
And they're
So
still letting you live there.
so they're like adjusting the time so I don't go in and they're locking the door, right? Finally, four hits. I'm down there at 4. I knock on the door. Okay. I knock on the door and they open the door and I say, hi, I'm gonna dox him, John Dong. Okay. Is
Wait,
is John Dong there? Okay. He's the fucking he's the manager. And they
bro, we
said
live in a simulation. What is this fucking name? John Dong.
Jeffrey Lee.
Yeah, yeah,
So John Dong, right? Fucking is he available? And the gay white dude that works down there says Christopher Huth. Okay. I'm writing a fucking review about him when I get out of here because he's been insanely unhelpful. And quite frankly, he fucking sucks. Okay. So he dick. So he
quite literally, probably.
so yeah, he does for sure. So he says no, he's not available, and I said, well, when's he available? Because you keep adjusting the time, and I want to make sure that I'm down here at a good time. And he goes, I can check his schedule and get back to you as soon as possible. 30 minutes goes by, doesn't reach out to me, and they close in 10. So I go back down there at 30. That guy's nowhere to be found. But the manager, John Dog, is there. So I talked to John Dog, okay? And John Dog's like, I'm gonna get back to you tomorrow. So I was like, for sure. Tomorrow is yesterday, okay? So going out all day, nobody's there. So I go downstairs to check in, see what's up, and I see the white dude that said that he would get back to me. And I literally went up to him while he was in his office at work at working, and I said, "So what happened yesterday?" I said, "You just don't reach out to people." I came down here multiple times yesterday. You were moving the fucking time, and you just don't reach out to residents. I'm on a time crunch. That doesn't mean anything to you." And he literally goes like this to me, bro. He goes, he goes, I did put a note on his desk. And if you don't believe me, you can talk to him because he knows the facts. And he slammed his door. Yeah. Yeah, he slammed his door.
Hmm.
And I realize as I'm ranting about this that I'm a fucking Karen. Okay.
Yeah, a
And
little bit. That's okay.
but anyway, so that was the nail in the coffin that I got to get the fuck out of here because we pay a premium to live here, and the leasing staff is just like they're assholes. They're just
Yeah.
terrible.
Right, right, right. No, that
So
sucks. You don't want anybody that's avoidant like that. You want them to be able to take some responsibility if they fuck you over, kind of thing.
absolutely. So yeah, man, it's crazy. And so I'm cooking up an email right now to send to everybody, including the CEO of their company. Um, it's chapters. I'm on chapter 4 right now. I'm literally writing a fucking like email about how property damage, nothing in this building works. You're raising the rent in predatory ways.
Sure.
Your entire business model is based off of people that are only coming here for for their job for a year, not for people that have lived here. Uh, your leasing staff is insanely unhelpful. Did I mention nothing ever works here? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like shit
you
like that.
constantly had people. I remember we would be trying to do podcasts. Oh, I got this fucking maintenance guy here right now, bro. I got this maintenance guy. Like you would always have work being done.
Literally. Yeah, and I spent a lot of money to live here and this is how we get treated. But anyway, so new lease on life, no pun intended. Gonna be saving some money pretty soon, which will be nice, an extra $800 a month in my pocket, which
Yeah,
don't
that's a
hate
lot.
that.
Yeah,
It's gonna help get out of a little bit of a hole and mental health will hopefully be better. This place has a nice window, which I like, so I'm still not gonna go crazy in darkness, you know how it is.
right. What are you looking out to? Just the neighborhood?
Yeah, nice little neighborhood, nice little street.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
yeah, but yeah, you can come out to this one. This one was a little bit cramped if you wanted to stay here. So
For sure. Well,
th
yeah, I
th
probably would have rented my own spot anyway.
you wouldn't want to stay here.
Well, I mean, not in that apartment. No, not in the downtown Tenderloin. You're trying to tell me is not the downtown Tenderloin.
West Portal doesn't have much riffraff, so I think
Right, right.
yeah,
Other than what shows up at Stonestown, there is not much riffraff.
that's right. I can't believe it's near Stonestown. You know, I had my girlfriend promise me that if we move to this place, which by the way is her dream apartment, that she will never ask to go to Stonestown, and she promised.
Okay, well, good luck on the sixth fucking week when you guys are like, oh, all the other malls are too far. Stonestown's right there. They have it available.
Yeah, we'll be like, oh, I need to go to Target, but I don't want to go all the way out
That
to.
fucking Target, you have so much trauma, dude. Fuck that Target sucks. That Target sucks. And it's connected to the Apple store. Just like every piece of shit that would walk through Target would just like stop into the Apple store because they're just like fucking right there. You
Because
know what I
it's the
mean?
same place.
It's yeah, no, literally,
It's the
quite
same
literally.
place.
Yeah,
Target
yeah.
and the Apple Store are the exact same thing. The only
It's
difference is
hell.
Target wears red and Apple wears blue. That's the only
We wore
difference.
red too. We wore red at certain times.
We wore red at certain times, and we wore green for 420,
I
which was
remember everybody
crazy.
used to make fun of me. Yeah, that was actually funny for Earth Day. Yeah, fucking. People used to make fun of me and call me the Target employee because I would wear tan pants with the fucking red shirt. So I'd have to start switching up and wear black pants, and then they'd really say I was a Target employee. You know what I mean? So it's just like, the fuck's
I
wrong with
was a
you?
former Target employee,
Oh
also.
yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
which we'll talk
When
about
you
another. That's a
remember
whole
when you
other
got a
episode.
microwave thrown at your head?
I got a microwave thrown at me a few times. I got
Yeah.
some heroin needles thrown at me. I got cursed out every day.
By the way, you look exactly like the type of Target manager that would have all of those things happen to you.
Which is why I think I'm such an asshole to people that are in the service industry that are there to serve, like this fucking piece of shit, gay fucking white bitch, devil bitch that I'm gonna go down there later, record me flipping him off and call him a cunt to his face.
Right. Yeah, just a
It's
drive-by
because
flip off.
I literally worked at Target for 2 years downtown San Francisco, got microwaves thrown at me all the time, bro.
Right.
Got heroin needles thrown at me, okay? And I still did it with a smile on my face, okay? So
Yeah. Right. It's
so
just something happened during the pandemic to the American workforce, just quality fell off of a fucking cliff.
that's so true.
Yeah.
I've been talking like Tucker Carlson recently, where it's like I agree completely. I agree with that completely.
Yeah, we need to get you away from Tucker a little bit, get you back to reality. That motherfucker.
I need
He's
to
wild.
I need to snap out of the Tucker zone, dude.
Tucker and Alex Jones, dude. That's like the worst place to be for a
Even
man
even
generally.
like Tim Dillon has been very radicalized lately.
Bro,
Also,
I love it. I
it's
love it,
best. It's the
but
best. He's the
yeah,
best show on the internet, other than us.
absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, other than us, we're the best show on the internet. We're just barely we're not there quite yet. We're on like the sub internet, whatever they
Yeah,
call it. We
it's
haven't
true.
quite hit mainstream.
Just two dudes catching up about life. You know?
No, for real though, but I mean, dude, quality of workmanship has gone down, quality of craftsmanship has gone down, quality of food has gone down. It's like I mentioned to you the other day, like all this shit that we keep finding out about foods and fucking this and that. Like I'm literally one for like agriculture problems, fucking pesticide shit. Like I'm
Yep.
one fucking podcast away from going off to Montana 3 times a year and
Dude, that
hunting
was,
in the woods.
which by the way, that was one of my favorite texts. You've been hitting me with some like sneaky bangers lately, dude. Let me say the best thing was yesterday at before 11 a.m. Random text from you. I'm like one podcast away from taking 4 trips a year to Texas so I can hunt my own meat. And then like 5 minutes later, or Montana. That shit was dope. That shit was dope.
Well, it's because, dude, like so much, like, when's the last time? I don't. Okay, so like you're gonna make fun of me. Let's spare the food debate conversation right now.
No,
But
that's
like,
fine. I'm over that talk, dude.
yeah, I crushed you, by the
Yeah,
way.
you
But
you crushed me.
that
Yeah.
chick that saw that podcast about me roasting her, she also watched that one. And she said I crushed you. So yeah,
No,
it's
you did. Yeah, there's not even a doubt.
But the
I
one
can't
that we
even.
haven't put up yet, you crushed me, dude. And I don't know how
I'm not gonna put that up because
we should put that
I'm a
one up
man.
though.
I'm a man. I don't need it
We
people to
we
see.
should, because I had a bad day and I think the world deserves to see it.
I think that was our worst podcast though, to be honest.
For
So
sure.
I kind of don't want to throw it up there.
Well, I think we'll put it on the Patreon for like a real fans thing, as like a don't judge us, but
We'll
like
say like this was the catalyst that made us a little bit more casual. You
right.
know?
And relatively so, people might see that and think like, oh, I've made podcasts that are like bad too. Like maybe I can make a nugget out of one of these kind of things. So like, I don't know, it might give people some hope. Or actually, maybe not. Maybe we don't want everybody else starting podcasts. You guys aren't as funny as we are, which is why it's important that you guys let us do all the talking.
I don't I think like no one is as, no one's as like fucking, down to just chat like we are.
No, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially when you have time. It's always a good chat. You know what I
It
mean?
was a
It's
good
always a good
chat.
conversation.
Which
Which
by the
reminds
way,
me,
wait, real quick. I
oh,
was going through our text just now to
uh,
read funny shit, and your whole thing about me being easily manipulated and falling for a cult is so fucking true according to our text. Because like you'll literally tell me to buy something and I'll get it. I like, dude, I literally was just going through our text and I was just sending you receipts of all the supplements that you told me that I should be taking.
yeah, I'm slowly indoctrinating you. One day I'm gonna show up and I'm like, you see this weapon here? We're just gonna go shoot the president. It's not a
Yeah,
big deal.
yeah.
It's not a big deal.
In the
You see,
name,
everybody's
yeah,
doing it. You know what I
right,
mean? It's
yeah.
okay.
Like it starts with mud water and fish oil, and then
Yeah.
it ends with me taking a hit out on Kamala Harris.
Yeah, exactly. Which not my president. No, I'm just kidding. No, just kidding. Just kidding, folks. Just kidding. But
Well, she's
yeah,
not
no,
your president. She lost. So
right. But I mean, we're not gonna get into politics again. But
that's right.
she's thinking of running for fucking governor, which is a horrible decision. She's thinking of trying to do president again, which I think is a horrible. I think best case scenario for
Girl, give it
her,
up. Sip your
for
white wine, dude.
best case scenario for her husband, and for her fucking retarded Willy Wonka looking, like he no he she thing, the thing with the armpits, the stepdaughter. Have you seen her? You looking at me like confused.
Yeah, I am.
Emhoff, you know
I
Emhoff.
know Emhoff. Yeah, he cheated
Look,
on her or something.
he cheated on his wife
Right.
before
That's
with
right. That's right.
Kamala.
It was
The
right.
wife
That's
had
right.
cancer, and he
Yeah, and he
cheated with
asked for no
Kamala,
pickles on his Popeye's chicken sandwich too, which is like
which is
insane.
insane. Yeah, okay, but no, but look up Doug Emhoff's daughter real quick and pull it up for everybody.
Yeah.
To me, she looks like what's that dude, the fucking European
Oh my
like
God, what a hideous looking woman.
get the armpits too, because she doesn't shave. And no, I mean, disrespect to any woman that thinks this is hot. I'm sorry. Like, no, it's not. There's nothing natural. It's not hot. It's gross. She's a sex symbol, by the way, Andrew. I'm not even kidding you.
She looks like Anne Frank.
Bro, to me, she looks like a combination of fucking that, yeah. And then she also looks like the I can't think of his name. He's the fucking creepy dude from Europe that went around like raping kids as like a fucking like a television personality. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, he's famous. Who the fuck was his name? Hold on.
The name is most of them.
Yeah, right. Oh god. English, British. Jimmy Savile.
You just had to say the
Look it up.
RC. You just had to say RC, and now we got to put this on Patreon.
What's
This was
RC?
this was a public episode up
What's
until you just said
RC?
RC, dude.
What?
Just you know what RC stands for. You just said it,
I don't even know what I said. I'm just here streamlining.
which is great, which is makes for great content. But now we can't put this on public now.
Oh, rape?
Raping kids.
No.
Oh,
I've
it's
seen-
K. Oh my God, I put C. I said C.
Yeah,
Oh my
you
God, I'm
yeah,
an idiot.
raping
Holy shit.
children, I guess, but you're an idiot.
Oh God, I'm
Type
such
in
a
Jimmy
fucking brain dead
Savile.
asshole.
Jimmy's Savile, and pull that up for the folks and let them see.
I can't believe it. Sorry, I'm
It's
fucking
okay.
idiot.
You're retarded, bro.
I know, I am.
And by the way, they talk about I've heard the word rape used on a YouTube episode, so we're okay. Does she
Okay.
not have the same vibe? Now pull up a picture.
Why
of
is it
Imhoff's-
my location when I'm doing this?
because he's a pedophile.
That's the main
Like,
question. Why is it asking for my location ever since I looked him up? This
You
is
know,
this. See, this is crazy. This
it
right
didn't
here.
do that to me. I'm not gonna lie. I have him pulled up right here, and it didn't even once ask for my.
Well, I have to allow it. Fuck.
No, and then pull up Emhoff's daughter again, real quick.
Oh my
and let's
yeah.
just do a comparison, a side by side, if you don't mind. Yeah, I mean, so to me, uncanny, right? To me, get a good.
What?
Once it hit don't allow, just hit don't allow. What are you doing?
If
Why
I
keep
if I
going?
put don't allow, then Jeffrey Epstein's gonna come back from the dead.
Oh god, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
Like, do you see what I'm saying? There's a really uncanny with the eyebrows and like the curls and the creepy face. You know what I mean? There's like an uncanny resemblance to me.
I'm not gonna lie. She's kind of growing on me a little bit. Not
Well,
that photo. But
now go up where it says Doug Emhoff daughter in the search bar there, and then space armpit. Go ahead and just look, they blocked it on Google. They don't even let you search it, but there it is. There it is. That's what we need to show the folks. Go ahead and hit. Oh, you can. New obsession.
the
Among Us, new
Magaverse.
obsession. You would pull that up, you fucking bitch. Go back. Go back. Go to the image.
Oh my God.
Stop allowing your location. Just hit don't allow. And images. Oh, fucking A. Dude, I mean, come on. That's growing on you. If that, you're close, bro. Just like Shane Gillis was saying, you're close, bro. That's like you're one step away from just fucking like a boy in San Francisco. They all look like that anyway. Yeah, I know. It's a tough reality. Well, on another note, speaking of creepy people, did you hear about the rapist that was convicted and in jail serving a life sentence who was commuted and released early because he was studying in the field of gynecology and has a promising future, so much so that the board of gynecology recommended he be released early? Now, let me repeat that. A convicted rapist is now going to be one of the top gynecologists in the country. Allegedly. Take that in real quick, Andrew. Go ahead and absorb that and give me your thoughts.
So the dog isn't a German Shepherd?
The dog is actually a Belgian Malinois, right?
Belgian Malinois.
Right,
That's
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So
that's wild.
I'm just like,
Because it looks like a German Shepherd kind of.
Convicted, Andrew. Convicted.
No. It's a Belgian Malinois.
Yeah, right. Just it's really just a testament of the time we live in, folks. It's such an insane world, and I don't know, man. I don't know what you think, but fucking that, to me, that's crazy. Like, I don't think you should be allowed to even look at porn, let alone like be.
No, you should be in jail.
Right. No, you should like literally never see a pussy again. Like, you
never.
But now you're
you
out
should
here.
you should be forced to actually go through a gender reassignment surgery and
Right.
and have the prisoners have their way with you.
I say shock therapy, pray the gay away. Let's get this going.
Pray the gay away. That's sick.
Shit, yeah. I'll quote that, quote that. But yeah, dude, it's crazy. There's other crazy stories going on right now. We were talking about the girl that was like a fucking sex offender teacher, but she's like hot, and it's definitely
not a crime, personally.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally such a difference. If
pull
it's
it up.
A girl, yeah, pull it up. If it's a girl, quote unquote, sexually harassing, or like whatever, a boy, I mean, hey, it's not, nobody is condoning pedophilia, of course, but it's like, if you're a 16, 17-year-old guy and there's a hot 30-year-old hitting on you and she's fully developed, and I mean, just,
so
and she got the Kill Crew hoodie on. So
yeah, I was gonna say you guys have the same drip.
I'm just saying I would hit, bro. I if I'm 17, 18 years old, now this could take a turn here. This is let's keep this like we're borderline on this conversation. But if I'm a kid, 18 maybe, right, and I see this 30-year-old, I'm down, right? Like, I'm down. As a 31-year-old now, I'm down. You know what I mean? I'm down. So it's like, what are we even talking about? Oh, 16. Well, it's a little young, but
this happened while I was in school.
Oh, good. I mean, I got stuff that happened in my school too. Are we just going through school trauma? What are we doing here?
No, I know. Actually, I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Never mind.
We had a whole podcast about this.
There's a new one now. Hang on.
It's okay. Andrew has so few interesting things happen to him in real life that he has to remember the ones that do.
That's right.
This is going to be a thing that repeats itself often in this podcast.
Yeah. So anyways, this I don't know. We had an interesting conversation about this one too, but I don't know if we should air this one out.
I mean, we can give them a little taste.
I think the taste is that, I think you covered it actually already. It's just I don't like the claw marks thing. That's a little weird.
No, I mean, that's hot. Let's just be real. I mean, that guy was getting it, like, good for him.
My favorite thing though is apparently the reason why they found her is because she outed herself. She wrote like a memoir saying that like she's pissed that that she got cheated on by this kid.
That's right.
The irony is that she's married.
She had a husband, right?
Yeah, but she didn't like that she got cheated on by this kid.
Well, and that's
which is hilarious because that just tells me that the kid is slaying, right?
Well, for sure he's no. Here's what happened. The rumor went around school that he's fucking the teacher, and all the girls at that school were like, "My pussy's better than her pussy.
Give me a taste.
I'm gonna make like fuck that bitch." It's like girls hate girls, dude. That's what
he was. Yeah, he was getting teacher strange, and then he was like, yeah, that's true. Girls do hate girls, dude. That's a great point.
They hate girls.
I agree completely.
We all hate girls. Let's be real. The world just hates.
I don't hate girls, bro. I would take a period for one.
Yeah,
okay?
I bet you would. Yeah. You seem like the type, actually.
I would take a period for one for sure. Yeah.
You look just like the type that would fucking go into a room and I don't know why he would do that. I would never do that. As a man, that's such a terrible thing.
Do better, bro. Do better.
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like if you're a guy and you're hitting on a little 16-year-old girl, you're a fucking disgusting piece
Oh,
of
of course.
shit.
It doesn't go the other way.
No, yeah, it does
No.
not.
No,
But
absolutely. You should
and
like it's
burn in
same
hell,
treatment for those
stoned
people.
to death, right? But if you're a woman and you're hitting on, I mean, 16 is a little young, but it's like
16's a bit
I
young,
remember being
yeah.
14 wanting to fuck my teacher. So it's like
And the,
mean,
the
I
thing
hear
is
him.
there's this theory also that you give a little bit to your teacher, like there's like on the scale, the rating scale, like you give a little bit to the teacher, you know what I
They're
mean?
hotter
Because
because they're like in a position of power to you and like a learning situation.
yeah, there's
Yeah, it's like
something
a hierarchy.
like a teacher might be like a person might be like a 6, but if they're your teacher, they're like an 8, you know?
She has like dominion over you, therefore she's hotter, right? Like that's kind of what it
Right. Like
is.
people feel like that.
Yeah.
I can't say there's been a teacher I've been into.
Oh, I have had several. I mean, dude, I had this one in high school. We should talk about this for a second. I had this one in high school. Her name was Mrs. Solis. And if you're out there and you ever hear this one day, I'm still down. But
You're still down and you're
I don't know. I don't even know what
eligible
she
right
looks
now.
like. Yeah, but I'm definitely eligible. I was eligible back then, let's be real. But no, but just this fucking banging. I mean, she had I think she had 2 kids, which unfortunate, but now as a man who has uh let's just say been involved with single women, I understand why single mothers, excuse me. I understand why they're single mothers, most of them. They earned it, right? Like the weaker men would have struggled to have, and even I have struggled to have, relinquish or remove myself before the how do you say ending of the movie. Do you see what I'm saying? um it's often you see I'm getting distracted here. It's often very hard to deal with. And so anyway, so not even knowing that as a teenager, I just felt the aura that was coming from this like steaming 29-year-old teacher pussy, you know what I mean? This shit was just sweating on the seat when I was in that classroom, I promise you that. But
So she
but
had 2 kids by 29.
I think yeah, about yeah. One was like 6 and one was like
So she may have
5,
been down too,
7
then,
and
is what
5.
you're saying.
She been fucking is what I'm saying, and she was like kind of this like Italian like mix of something.
29 steaming teacher pussy. That's the most that's unbelievable.
Is that not accurate? I'm just saying, 29
You
year old
felt it
steaming.
on the seat.
I felt it from the seat, from my seat. I could feel the radiation. Like you walk in the room and it just felt steamy in that bitch. There was just there was a slight tang in the room too. It was just everything was right where it needed to be. So yeah, anyway, she was just banging, she had the whole fucking thing. It's like all those memes about like I go back to school if my teacher looked like that. Like she looked like that. She was just like this ridiculously hot avid teacher. She fucking was teaching a bullshit class. She kind of half taught history. She taught me that too. I made sure to take every class she had, right? But fucking we she had me for like 3 years straight, so we kind of like not got close, but she knew me as a student and as a teacher. It was like there was a dynamic there. So she would she knew I was kind of a fuck up. She would let me get away with shit, right? It was kind of fun. So there was definitely a dynamic where I was like, what else would you let me get away with? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I could definitely picture that with these kids, like these guys that are involved with this woman right now. She seems like fun. She's out there flirting with kids. She's married. She's out there, and then she starts a relationship with one, and she gets mad when he's cheating on her, even though she's got the entire relationship like it's like Severance. She like goes to work and just forget she's a whole new person. You know what I mean? Just separates her life.
It's just like Severance.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and you would know if you ever watched the show.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I actually like good stuff. I'm more of a
Oh,
having a
I
good time kind of guy, you know?
right. That's why you were watching. What was
Love
that?
on the spectrum.
Adolescence. That's
Oh,
pedophilia,
that
sexual
dude, that
harassment.
that
Fucking
fucking show rules though.
yeah, I bet it does. I bet you love watching a 13-year-old and have to deal with the sexual proclivities of being an adult.
Yeah, it speaks to me, you know.
Yeah, I bet it does. I bet it
Yeah.
does. Yeah. We could talk about that too. That situation that you had with that older man that you thought was your friend. Remember when you were 13 and he took you for a long car ride? You said you guys were supposed to go fishing, and then he ended up taking you to a different fishing hole, and then you remember. I mean, we can save it. We can spare the folks,
Did I just
but
repress that? I think.
no, yeah, you did. You told me about this though. Definitely not gaslighting you in any way, shape, or form.
Um, so
You
all
seem
this to say,
distracted, Andrew. No,
all
you
this to
seem
say,
distracted. What's
all this
going
to
on?
say, it's a Belgian Malinois, and
What's going on, Andrew? You seem a little distracted. Talk to me. What else is in your
may
head?
have
We
in
haven't
real
caught up.
time lost the apartment. Actually,
Wait,
so
really? Oh
yeah,
shit. Why? What happened?
yeah, it's weird. We put down a deposit though, so I don't know what's happening, but
What? So they
that's all right.
emailed you?
I'm recording. I'll just save it for the next episode. I'll be figured out by then.
Wait, they what did they just email you? Give us a cliffhanger. Or what was the
Something didn't get approved, I guess.
you guys got shitty credit or what?
Uh,
Oh, well,
That's
geez.
why I want to move into this place so we could build the credit back up.
I do feel that.
It's what it is, man. It's what it is.
Times are interesting right now. Remember a long time ago, maybe not that long ago, maybe a couple episodes ago, we were talking about that story in LA where there was like that junkyard and all this like help and Trafico and FBI was all scraps into the dirt.
Right, I
Remember
do
that?
remember that. Yeah.
There's an update.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if you type it in online, apparently there's some woman, she's like outside the gates telling people who's writing it and why and all that. And I don't know if she's just crazy or if she's connected, but um
Well,
there's
what do I
weird
even
things.
look up?
Just type in like um uh woman knows who's writing help in LA. Something like I think that's what the article was. Something like that was the headline.
Oh yeah, no, you nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, woman
Let's go. I'm not going on
threads.
threads.
By the way, like the fact that you even have one of those is so gay.
No, dude, I'm on Blue Sky now.
Shit.
Dude, we should do like a getting
Wait, go back to the fucking article, you dickhead. Well, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say we should do a live podcast of seeing how long it takes to get banned from Blue Sky.
That's gonna be a 3-second episode. I'm just gonna type transgender in there. That does or transgenderism doesn't exist, and it'll fucking kick me. Two genders.
uh, Damn. All right, well, I gotta figure out this apartment thing.
You gotta go.
I do,
We gotta
unfortunately.
call it. No way. We were just getting good.
I know, I know. I could probably be back. I could honestly probably pause.
What do you have to do? You have to call him.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. But folks, we'll save this for another episode very soon. Developments about where I might be living, and for all I know, I might be on the street with these people. I've been talking shit about them for 3 years. I might just become one of them. So
That would be the greatest like character arc I've ever seen in my entire from like flirting with the streets to living in a high rise to fully being back on the streets again. You know what I mean? It's like it's a rags to riches to rags story, and I love it.
at least I'm not an OnlyFans girl, though.
Not yet.
It might help.
That might help. Yeah. Well, yeah, and like Jacob says, maybe if you shed a few pounds, it might help your OnlyFans career a bit too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll be sure to take advice from Jacob. No
Well,
problem.
the stress of not knowing where you're gonna live and being broke and all that will definitely cut some weight. So you'll be good.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.